It is the evening of April 13th, and it's about 6 days in on the archery season for turkey here in Kansas. And Archer and I came out this evening in hopes to roost a few birds for the morning. Jarrod and I are planning on hunting all day tomorrow. Possibly grab Kendra in the afternoon for an evening hunt. But we slipped into this area overlooking this big creek bottom where Jarrod and I doubled last year. And we haven't seen or heard any turkey yet, but we're hopeful that we'll find a few flying up this evening. Got my buddy Archer with me tonight. And there's never a time Archer doesn't want to tag along, so I think I'm going to have a hunting buddy for life. Oh, buddy? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're excited. And again, Jarrod and I are going to hit it in the morning. Maybe not here, depending on what we find, but we'll be hitting somewhere, so pretty excited about the morning hunt. Sunday morning, and Jarrod and I slipped in this alfalfa field back in a little cove. We're not in a spot that we normally hunt. I've hunted this spot probably 5 years ago. I was out roosting some turkey last night with my boy. Unfortunately didn't roost very many turkey, so our normal go-to spot isn't producing this year. So I called a landowner, and just a conversation we had, he said come on out because they've been roosting right up here in these big cottonwoods west of his house. So we slipped in perfectly, silently, got the blind set up. We got turkey over our shoulder gobbling. They're strutting in the tree. And we're hoping that a couple of them fly down on our side and come take a look. So Jarrod is up to bat on the bow. We got a couple of brand new RX3 Hoyts. Jarrod's got the turbo, and I've got the Ultra. And we are looking to run a couple arrows through some big old toms. It's gonna get cool. I have a feeling.
Well, unfortunately, Jarrod got in a bit of a hurry on that one and drew nothing but feathers. But luckily, he's got another tag in his pocket.
These are Jake's, dude. Yeah.
Did I hit that dog back?
It was left, I think.
Let me shoot this guy. Get some practice. Surely that one's dead.
Jarrod made a much better shot on that attempt, and he's going to go ahead and put another one in him just to make sure.
That was your big Grim Reaper, baby.
Yeah.
We tried everything we could to get the big toms called back into bow range, but unfortunately they hung out just out of bow range for the rest of the morning. We stayed patient in the blind for about another hour that morning when we noticed a whole bunch of turkey scattering everywhere. We noticed a bobcat sitting at the edge of the field just about the time he started stalking in on our decoy spread.
One of the most amazing encounters we've ever had. We were out looking for Jarrod's arrow because the turkey had gone over the hill, and we wanted to get his Jake pulled back to the blind because I knew the turkey would be nervous if they came in. All of a sudden, turkeys start just flying everywhere, and we're like wondering what's going on. And I knew there had to be a bobcat or a predator of some sort coming through these trees. The hens were like flying at us. So we jumped back in the blind, and we were going to start lip squeaking just to see if we could lure something in. And before we could start calling, we seen a bobcat over here right on the tree line. So I started lip squeaking right away, and that dude just came in like sneaking into our decoys. He was at like 35. I was just getting my bow hiked back, and I think he probably was smelling us or something. And I was trying to get my bow pulled back below the window of the blind. The ultimate predator sensed some movement, and he was gone. Awesome encounter. I've only seen one other bobcat. Well, I've seen a couple, but as far as like in a hunting situation, up close and personal, that was pretty amazing.
Well, it is May 24th, and I've come out this evening to roost some turkey. My buddy Jarrod still has one tag in his pocket, and we have like 6 days of season left, so we are going to prepare for an evening hunt tomorrow. The good news is, just over the hill, in a spot that we've historically had turkeys roosting, I've heard several gobbles, so I am super excited. Can't get them to gobble again. Anyway, tomorrow night, Jarrod and I plan on coming out here. We're going to drop over this hill into this bottom. It should be a perfect little strut zone. It's kind of a little horseshoe of trees, and they hang out in some open pasture ground in the daytime, and then they'll come down to the trees in the evening. So looking pretty good for tomorrow night. I didn't know how this was going to produce. It's been super rainy. Didn't know if I could even get down this road, but luckily was able to come down and get a pinpoint on where these birds are at. So I've heard several gobbles. should have some pretty good action tomorrow night, so we're pretty pumped about it.
Alrighty, we got about 3 hours till dark. We got nestled in. We got a nice flock of decoys out ahead of us. We've already heard a gobble. And this is the cove where they've been roosting. So we've got a cornfield. It should be a perfect strut zone. And Jarrod and I are we're ready. I think we're gonna start talking to this gobbler over here and see if he can we can get one coming in early. We got this Tom laying out here in the pasture. Looked like Jarrod made a heck of a good shot on him. I wouldn't have placed it any better, so this Tom is just tough. He laid up out here in this pasture. We're just gonna let him have some time here.
2019 was definitely a season of ups and downs for Jarrod. We had an awesome action-packed morning of hunting in the early season. Unfortunately, Jarrod wasn't quite able to seal the deal on the Big Tom, but he was able to redeem himself with the Jake. And of course, we can't forget about the Bobcat encounter. That's something that Jarrod and I will probably never forget. And then moving to the late season hunt, man, Jarrod and I really thought he made a good shot on that bird. And we searched the rest of the evening, and unfortunately, we're not able to turn that bird up. So sometimes when you bow hunt, you get heartbroken. That's just the way things go. We searched in the tall brush for a long time, and unfortunately just could not find that bird. So, but I enjoy the time that I get to spend with Jarrod. So thank you, buddy. And Jarrod and I have spent a lot of time together. He's filmed for me a lot, and I like to return the favor when I get the opportunity. So until next time, I wish you all the best of luck, and God bless.